Faso Day, Ibrahim Traore. Ibrahim Traore. Today is April 30th, 2025. Burkina Faso Day. I'm out walking and protesting. Ibrahim Traore. This is the 45th episode of the Walk Down. Don't get it twisted. I am celebrating Burkina Faso Ibrahim Traore Day. Everybody got to be aware of what's really going on, bro. They're trying to take them people's stuff, right? See, they talk about all bullshit, but they don't talk about that Burkina Faso, because Ibrahim Traore is financially free. What do you mean stock stable, they financially free? They have no debt. Yes, that great president in Africa stand up. Guess what? He paid off their debt. They are absolutely debt free and got all the resources as it starts to rain out here. They got all the resources. Yeah, they do. Burkina Faso has all the resources and they have no debt. They got a great leader over there. He's 37 years old. Great president, doing what's right for the people. And guess what? As the powers that be did 400 years ago, they're trying to take their stuff, right? They're trying to lie to the people, right? They're trying to lie to those people, but guess what? Thank God for the internet. Why? Because with the internet, them people there to see what's really going on. See, that's the powers that be. They think they can chunk some people some money. You know what I'm saying? They try to use that same analogy, the same analogy as they did to people in America. Give you free housing, give you free Medicaid and food stamps, and do what? Have you doing whatever they want you to do. That's the same thing they try to go overseas and try to do. Offer them people free housing, offer them free people this, that, and the third. And then guess what? And then talk down on their government. Talk down on their government. See, they can't even do this for you, but we can come over here and do it for you. They don't want you to do this. They don't want you to do that. That's how they lie to them people, guys. They lie to them and they train their mind to think the way they want them to think. They call colonizers. But guess what? But those people ain't dumb no more, guys. Those people out there in Africa, with the power of the internet, they really see what's really going down. They see this all lies as it starts raining right here in America. They see that it's all lies, right? So our job is to let it be known that America is trying to steal from them people, bro. America is trying to steal from them people. That's what we can do. We gotta let it be known. We gotta help them to the best of our ability. And if you're an American, especially if you're African American, guess what? They need your help, man. They need our help. They need the word to get put out. You know what I'm saying? That they're trying to do the shit all over again, bro. They're trying to enslave a group of people, bro, just so they could do what? Steal their resources. You know what I'm saying? But see, the thing is, that old game don't work no more. You know what I'm saying? That old game don't work no more. Just like my grandpa used to say, right game, wrong man. That game don't work no more, guys. You know what I'm saying? So this is my way of celebrating the great day for that great president, Ibrahim Traore, out there in Burkina Faso. I've been around and nobody out here is doing it, bro. But it don't matter. Long as you do it yourself. You know what I'm saying? Long as you out doing it yourself, bro, and realize and talk about it. That's the main thing. Just don't walk, right? And scream Burkina Faso. You gotta educate people about Burkina Faso. A lot of people don't even know what it is, bro. A lot of people don't even know what Burkina Faso is. A lot of people don't know who Ibrahim Traore is. A lot of people don't know because what we see in America, right? We don't get to see the real deal about the Holyfield. We don't get to see what's really going on. We don't. We don't get to see. But with the power of the internet, oh, it's all on Front Street. Just like they sent that black captain that's high level, they sent him overseas to do their work, bro. To do their work. They sent him overseas from India. Hey, shout out to India. They sent him overseas to do their dirty work, bro. See, it's happening and it's happening all over again, y'all. They always try to use, they can't do the work themselves. They never could, bro. They never could do the work themselves. So they do what? They try to use black folk, bro, every single time. That's why you cannot be brainwashed. You can't be brainwashed by the system of America, bro. You can't. You can't be brainwashed by the system of America because it's cruel and it's dirty. It's cruel and it's dirty. And they do people all type of ways. They do their own people all type of ways. See, we always wonder why America is always sending those countries our money. They do it for a specific reason, bro. They do it for a specific reason. Shout out to the people in Africa that let us know the reason why they do it. I'm about to tell y'all right now the reason why they do it. How are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. How you doing? Appreciate everybody that's been rocking with the show today. But the reason why they do it, because they want the people resources, bro. They take our money. This is what they told me in Africa. They take our money, right? They go over there. They see that they land, what they got over there is very, very valuable. And they see their conditions, and they go over there and they recruit. This is a form of recruit. They go over there. They offer them free housing. They know they ain't got nowhere to stay. They go over there to use our money in America, all those billions of dollars that they agree upon to give away. They do that so they can get something on the back end. What do they want out the back end, Stock Sniper? They want those people resources, right? They want their resources, right? And more importantly, they want their land. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why. It's so easy for them, because we had a conversation one time. Why do they argue about giving us money? When you're in America, like for all my people overseas, when you are in America and you need money, help, well, the powers that be, which is the system of America, they got to vote on if they're going to give the people of America money. But see, here in America, they argue about giving the people that need the money. They argue about it, and it takes a long time for it to happen. But that's because we are already here. We already been colonized. We already inside of their circle. We already doing what they already took our resources, right? So because they already took our resources, they don't want to give us anything. And then if y'all notice, they so quick to give Ukraine money, they don't argue about that. The powers that be in America, the Democrats and the Republicans, when it comes to giving somebody overseas some money, they don't argue about it. Guess why, guys? This is why. Because they want the people resources on the back end. You know what I'm saying? They want to enslave their people. They want to go over there to those countries, right? They go over there and then they give them money. They give them free housing. You know what I'm saying? They tell them we got more to offer than your country do. That's how they do them. That's how they do the people, guys. They go over there, they offer them money. Really, they brainwash them to go against their own people, and then they enslave them. In other words, they scam them. That's what they do, guys. We finally figured it out. That's what they do, guys. Because we always have conversations. Why does America always argue about giving Americans money, but they give people overseas and they don't even argue about it? That's why they don't argue about it. Shout out to my boys in Africa that told me that what they do, they come over there and they give them free housing. That's what they're trying to do in Burkina Faso right now. They're trying to give them free, the people in Burkina Faso, the American embassy, they're gonna take over that American embassy, bro. The American embassy, they go out there and talk to the people. They'll use their own people, right? They use their own people and brainwash them and then give them money to go out there and be friendly to them and recruit them to go against their own kind. You know what I'm saying? To go against their own people. And then what they do is that they turn around and they make it seem like, which they shouldn't even be in no people's business no way, but they turn around and they make it seem like the guy who's really leading the country is not really in the best interest of the people of that particular country. That's how they work, guys. That's how they colonize people. And then they try to get them and brainwash them to come over here and then put them through what we going through right now. Guys in Africa, wherever you from, stay in your country, bro. Unless you gonna come over here, make a earn, and send your money back home. But don't come over and get caught up in this American system. right? Don't come over here and get caught up in this American system, bro, because it's evil and it's conniving, and we seeing it, and we see it in live and in flesh right now. They're trying to go and they try to take out that young president in Africa that's in Burkina Faso right now as we speak. And there's no evidence that he has done anything but help the people. They're building roads over there, they're building bridges. They're actually doing things. But see what they'll do, walk down, hey, what's up, Hazel? What they'll do, they'll go, the system of America, who's ever running the system, they'll send certain people over there. They ain't gonna take pictures of what they have, the bridges and the roads and the homes that they have built. They'll go and take a picture of the places they haven't got to yet. The guy ain't even been president that long, right? So you can expect the whole country to be developed in the couple of years that he's been there. But he has been putting the work in. See, America, the system of America, they got a problem with putting the work in. They need other people to put the work in. And guess who they use, guys? They use black folk. No matter what country you in, long as your skin is black, they know that you can put the work in. They don't put the work in, bro. They don't. They use other people to put the work in. Just like black Americans, that's we out here right now. They use my great-grandfather, my great-great-grandmother, and all those people that I talk about all the time. America used them to put the work in. They used them to put the work. I would tell y'all a story, bro. I gotta ask my mama, can I tell this story? Before I tell y'all this story about my World War I grandfather, I want to tell this story so bad, bro, but I gotta get my mama permission to say this. I have to, but I can't do. I gotta get her permission, bro, and I'm gonna ask her, can I tell this specific thing that I'm gonna tell y'all? If she allow me to, gonna blow y'all mind, bro. World War I veteran. I'ma tell y'all, World War I black American veteran that put blood, sweat, and tears into this country, that earned, spent less, and invest. I just got through saying for the last couple of days, the American dream is our dream. And I'm gonna ask my mama, can I tell y'all this story, bro, about my grandfather who put the work in wars for this country, how they did him, bro. I'm gonna hope she let me tell y'all, bro. They did him all type of ways. I'm talking about the system. That's why I know so much about it, man. The system is corrupt. As long as you have the mindset about how this system works, America is, all this place is, bro, get you some money. That's all it's about. You can come over and get you some money, but don't get caught up in the American system. Because the American system wants you, they want to do you all type of ways. They want to keep you in debt. They want to keep you broke, right? They want to keep you doing all type of bullshit. The American system is filthy and dirty. If you don't know, go look up Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traore, and go look at who they sent to go talk to the powers that be to try to lie. He lied to them, right? Because they used him as a tool. No, they didn't use him as a tool. They used him as a fool to go lie and tell them people up there in Capitol Hill, the system of America, they had him go up there. He went up there and told them that president is doing his people all kind of ways. He's stealing money, you know what I'm saying, like he's scamming his people, in other words. They try to put it like that man is scamming his people, bro. I might react to that tonight. I don't know if y'all seen it or not, but it's a clip. You know what I'm saying? It's a clip about what that captain, that high-level captain, he's a black American, a high-level captain, went and told them people about that president. Because the president, Ibrahim Traore, don't want to have nothing to do with the system of America. He don't. And the system of America already know that he don't want to have nothing to do with the system of America. Why is that, Stock Sniper? Because when Donald Trump became the president, Donald Trump invited Ibrahim Traore to the inauguration. Guess what Ibrahim Traore did? Guess what he did? he turned them down. So that right there already let the system of America know that them Africans don't want to deal with them. Bro, nobody in the world want to deal with the system of America no more. It's over. Nobody wants to deal with the system of America. And guess what? They will come together before they let the system of America bully them, scam them, or take over anything. Today is a great day. Burkina Faso day, bro. Yeah, I'm out here marching by myself. But at the same time, we all need to let everybody know, because a lot of people don't know. That's why I got to talk about it. 37-year-old president, strong guy, that's about his people. Go listen, go watch videos. It's all over the internet on what they're saying over there, guys. They don't want to have no part to do with the American system at all. They say the American system, which it is. It ain't what they say it is. That they trying to do to them what they did to us 400 years ago. They trying to repeat the slavery method all over again. That's what they trying to do. They trying to go over there and take them people's stuff. But they got people with boots on the ground that's over there trying to brainwash the people in the villages. That's what they doing, bro. This what they saying. They go over there to them villages and they tell the people, look, y'all the richest country in the world. And look how y'all president is doing y'all. Y'all roads look like this gravel. Y'all have no lights. Y'all have no water. Y'all have no houses. You have no money. Right? That's what they doing to them. Y'all have no house. Y'all have no running water. Y'all roads look like this pavement. You, come on. Here go a couple of $1,000. Partner with us and recruit more people. And we'll turn this whole country around. The whole time it's a lie. Then they got a warrant out. They trying to arrest that president, bro. They trying to arrest that president. Yes, America in the West is trying to do that right now. They are trying to arrest him, bro. They want him out of there. Why? Why do they want him out of there, Stock Sniper? Because Burkina Faso and Africa those are the richest places in the world. And they want to take everything they got. Like how they took us and brought us over here, they want to do it all over again, bro. They want to do it all over again. But guess what? Thank God for the internet. Thank God for education. They not having it. They not having it, bro. They not having it. And bro, if you over there in Africa, any one of these countries, and you are bullshitting about what you're trying to do, if you're bullshitting and not trying to help them people, if you trying to play them people any kind of way, you better get your ass up out of there, man. If anybody that's from America, that's over there in these other countries, right? And they know you an American, you better be really about what you talking about. You better really, they ain't tripping about if you're an American and you over there and you really sincere about what you're doing. If you're really sincere about helping them people, yeah, they accepting you. But as soon as they find out you bullshitting, as soon as they find out that you playing them, you out of there. They gonna do you bad, I'm telling you. So anybody that's over there in Africa or over there in any one of these countries, and you not about what you say you about, you better get your ass up out of there. If you a fake, you better get up out of there, man. And I gotta say that because if I don't and something happen, I feel bad, right? But if you for real about what you say and you for real about what you doing, you better be about that life. You better be about what they talking about. You don't go over there with that American attitude, bro. Don't go over there with that powers that be attitude, because they gonna sniff that out and you gonna be out of there. Because they already talking about running up in the American embassy. They don't want the American embassy there. I'm not saying they don't want black Americans there. That's not what I'm saying. They don't want the powers that be. They don't want the system of America, which is the embassy, They don't want the American embassy out there at all. They don't. They don't want American embassy out there at all. Why, Stock Sniper? I'm gonna explain again. What the American embassy is doing, they're going into the streets and they are giving them, trying to brainwash them to go against their own people. That's what they're doing, bro. That's what they're doing. But if you're a black American and you in Africa or any one of these other countries that's going through it, you better be about what you say. If not, if you know you faking and funking and you just doing it for the internet, you better get your ass up out of there, man. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But today is a great day. They got a great president over there. 37-year-old young guy that's really with the people. That's what we need in America. We don't need no old guy. We got two old guys we gotta vote for. We either gotta vote for Donald Trump or Joe Biden or Kamala Harris. We need somebody young that's really about the people. And the system of America needs to change, bro. The system of America needs to change because even though Donald Trump is the president, it's a system that's above him that he got to abide by. You know, it's a system that he got to abide by. It's a system that he got to go by. That's why they got teleprompters. You know, they got somebody, he can't go up there and say whatever he want to say. He got to go by whatever the powers that be, the system of America tell him. That's what he got to go by. Just because Donald Trump or Joe Biden is the president, that doesn't mean that they whatever they say and do is the all and be all. It's not, guys. It's bigger than the president. It's bigger. It's a system that must be ran. It's called the system of America. And everybody in America is fighting over the power to be up under the system. Nobody can disrupt the system. They only can tweak it. But it's a system that they must go by. Whoever run that system, that's who controls America. In America, they think they run the world. And it's 2025. They don't. They don't even have the capability to run the system anymore. Why, Stock Sniper? Why the system of America don't have the ability to run the world anymore? Because it is a fight. It's a fight right now between two different people for access to that system. It's a fight between the red and the blue. We both know what red is. We all know who the blue is. So it is a fight to be up under the system, to have control. That is what's going on. And everybody in the world knows that it's a fight within America. America is the system that run the world. But it's a fight over that power to be up under the system. He who have access to the system, that's who runs the world. But since too many people trying to fight over that control, don't get it twisted. America is at war too within itself. America is at war within itself, guys. It's called, we see it every day in America. It's called the red and the blue. Now watch what's going to happen. It's already happening. Everybody's talking about Burkina Faso and Ibrahim Traore right now, right? In America, if you look on the news, what are they doing? You see Donald Trump, he been all day long, he been talking. And I'm quite sure tonight, it's gonna be, they trying to distract us to what the rest of the world is saying. Listen to the OG. They are trying to distract us from what the rest of the world are saying right now. Look at the TV. Last time I looked at the TV, Donald Trump was on there running his mouth. Meanwhile, the rest of the world outside of America is backing Ibrahim Traore. Everybody's backing this guy, bro. Everybody. And guess what? Because they know, everybody knows now what America is trying to do, bro. America's trying to hold on to the power, but America cannot even control its own. America can't even control his own system within its own country. So those people are coming together. Everybody around the world is coming together. Everybody, bro. Even people, either other countries that really don't get along, they're all getting together. Why? Because they all have the same enemy, which is America. They hate America, bro. Not the people of America. I gotta make that clear. Not the people, but the system. The system of America that I've been talking about all week. It is an American dream, and it's in a system of America. It's two different things. The system is what everybody is talking about. And the system always use black folk to do their dirty work. Always, bro. Always. Always. Use race to try to get they try to use the black person, right? To go over there and talk to him, all brother this, all brother that. But at the same time, he's trying to scam the people. But what he does is he scam the people, and then he give all the money to the power of America. He gives he'll go over there like the guy Langley. He goes over there, he runs his mouth, right? He runs his mouth. He comes back to the system of America. I think they used to call it a coon. He comes back. He tries to brainwash the guys in Africa, and then come back and tattletale and lie to the powers that be at the system of America. The whole time, the system of America only want the people gold and resources. That's what this is all about, guys. It's about money and power, riders and bitches. You know what Tupac say? That's what it's about. It's about money and power. It's about money and power, riders and bitches and punks. What side are you on? Tupac told us that back in the 90s. That's what this is about. But the thing is, meanwhile, the system of America and the people that's trying to get control of the system, they're arguing and fighting, which been going on for the past 15 years. Listen to the OG. The system of America, ever since Barack Obama got elected, the system of America been broke. That's when it started. The system of America got crushed when they elected a black president. That's what happened. And that's ever since that day, they've been doing what? They've been fighting each other. They've been fighting each other since 2006, right? They've been fighting each other since 2006. Meanwhile, all those countries overseas, guess what they've been doing, guys? Guess what they've been doing overseas? They've been building, they've been investing, they've been networking, they've been coming together. That's what's been happening for the past 20 years. Now, with the power of crypto, yes, I'm talking about cryptocurrency, because all those countries have been investing with cryptocurrency, Bitcoin specifically, and they already got the gold, they already got the silver, and they already got the oil. Listen to the OG. I didn't say gold first, because they already got that. They already got all the gold. They already got all the silver. They already got all the oil. So when China, now we're talking about China. When China invented Bitcoin, guess what happened, guys? All those dudes, all those presidents, all those guys over there, they invested in Bitcoin. Except who? Say it with me, guys. Who was the only country that didn't mess with Bitcoin? America. America tried to eliminate Bitcoin, right? Because why? They can't be in your business, right? America is want to be a bully so bad that they didn't want to deal with crypto because they don't know how much money you make with crypto. See, that's why I never liked being a W-2 worker. I said it. I never liked being a W-2 worker. Why? Because that put the system of America all up in my business. Because guess what? Before you see your money, guess who gets it first? The system of America, not the dream. Like I said again, the American system and the American dream is two different things. The system of America can't control Bitcoin. It's person to person. If I've got Bitcoin and I send it to you, the system of America can't track it. They can't. They don't care if you got a debit card. Debit card, why? Because your debit card and my debit card and my bank account is all linked into what? The system. So that's why, and that right there, that fucked America, bro. When America wanted to be bullied so bad that they X'd out Bitcoin, guess what? They blocked their blessings, bro. Because why? Now, the people they trying to bully is so rich, even if America was to try to do something, guess what? America's 20 years behind. Why are they 20 years behind, Stock Sniper? Because they've been going back and forth ever since Barack Obama was elected president. They've been going back and forth ever since then. And the best thing to do while they arguing and fighting, guess what's going on overseas? They laughing. Because the 48 laws of power, one of the first ways to the art of war, the number one way to defeat your enemy. It's one way. All you gotta do is cause division amongst your enemies. That's all you gotta do. You get the enemies back and you get your enemies to go back and forth and fight one another. You disrupt the whole game. So for the past 20 years, the system of America has been fighting one another. It is bad now than it ever been before. The system of America is fighting one another. And guess what's going on overseas? They're building. They've been building for 20 years straight. They've been building weapons. They've been building wealth, right? They've been doing all these type of things. They've been making all their money in America. They build stuff over there, and then they come over here and sell it for cheap. America's so dumb, right? They don't care why, because they're getting taxes off of it. That's how America make money. That's the system. That's the system of America. How do you beat the system of America? This is how you beat the system, right? You keep them out of your pocket. And to keep them out of your pocket, you got to build a business on the side, bro. Otherwise, they going to keep on See, the system of America don't care if we behind on our bills or nothing. They going to take their money off top. That's a bully. Before I get my check, they take their money before I even see it. No matter how much I make or how little it is or how much my bills are, the system of America gonna pay themselves first. They don't care about no bills. And the only way to break that is become your own boss, or independent contractor, a self-proprietor, or LLC. That's the only way to break it. And guess what? The system of America don't want you owning your own business, bro. Because they don't want you working for yourself. I don't care if it's a lawn service, a barber. You report your own taxes. So in other words, you tell them, you can tell them anything and end up paying no taxes. How do you think Donald Trump makes $300 million in a year and only pays $775 worth of taxes? Because he's not a W-2 worker. He has cracked the code of the system of America. But the system of America want to make us think that he scammed on his taxes. That's not scamming. That's a write-off for this, that, or whatever. It's a write-off. I'm a business owner. That's the only way to beat the system. That's the only way to beat the system. That's the only way. But the thing is, America, the system of America, they lie, they steal, I'm telling y'all right now, if you don't know, I'm telling you, the system of America, they lie, bro. They steal, they kill, and they destroy. Everything that Farrakhan been saying is true. Why you think they killed Malcolm X? Why you think they killed Martin Luther King? Why you think they silenced Louis Farrakhan and all these guys that's been telling us about this all this time? All this time. If you listen to what them Africans saying in Burkina Faso, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Louis Farrakhan been saying this for decades, for over a half a century. The same thing. And if you go listen to the people, they saying the exact same thing right now. The system of America. That's why they come over here. They don't give a damn about that system. They come over here, they make their money. They don't indulge into the system by they buy the things that they need, not what they want, and then they send the money home. It's a money grab. This ground right here that I'm walking on, this place is the land of milk and honey, and that's it. And in a minute, it ain't gonna be that. And I'm starting to believe that now. I'm starting to believe that in a minute, which the only thing that's keeping this country up is the economy. They talk about the economy all the time. Majority of people don't know what the economy is. But the economy is the ability to make money and sell things. As soon as people stop buying things, bro, the system of America gonna collapse. It almost collapsed during COVID because they came out and said America, the system of America is not designed. The system of America is not designed to take a day off. It's not designed like that, bro. The system of America, just think about this, guys. The system of America is so compact, it can't even take a vacation, bro. That's basically what Donald Trump said when COVID came and they tried to shut down the country. And Donald Trump said, man, America is not designed to be shut down. That right there, when he said that, a light should have went off in everybody's head. That lets you know the system of America cannot take a day off. It has to constantly keep going. It can't afford to take a month off, bro. It can't. And guess what? Once these people find out, and I think they found out already, that they don't need America. They would rather, right now, they would rather starve, keep living the way they living, or die before they fool with the system of America. Yes, that's what's going on. That's what's happening, guys. And they trying to keep us from not getting it. That's what they trying to do. Their job is to keep us from not getting it. That's the reason why Donald Trump is on the news all day today. Donald Trump on the news all day today, bro. Because they trying their best, bro. They trying their best to keep us in a box. I'm telling you, they trying their best to keep us in a box. And it's not happening. Man, I wouldn't be surprised if they shut the internet down. I wouldn't be surprised if they shut this internet down in America. I wouldn't be surprised, bro. Who are we? So I'm just saying, I ain't trying to scare nobody or nothing, but you gotta watch and you gotta keep. Because in a minute, we finding out they don't want us to find out the game, bro. The system of America. Y'all, please don't get scared when I say this. The system of America will destroy this world before they give up power, bro. The system of America will destroy this world. That's how corrupt the system of America is, bro. The system of America will kill itself before they give up power, money and the power. The system of America will kill itself. That's why somebody told me, somebody said, bro, America is out of there. The American dollar is gonna go to zero. I said, bro, if the American dollar goes to zero, if the system of America will not be defeated, if that happens, the world coming to an end, bro. All America gotta do is touch one button and it's over. Y'all do know that, right? I come from a military background. All the men in my family was in the military. China and America have the capabilities to touch one button and all this shit is over. But I'm going in today. But America has all that president got to do up there is press one button and this shit is over. I ain't trying to scare y'all, but we got to start waking up, bro. All it takes, we better hope that it ain't no real World War III. Because it's getting bad, man. Those countries can't stand America. Just like we thought, another thing, just like we thought, can't that many people speak English in Burkina Faso? That's a lie. Them motherfuckers know how to speak about 7-8 different languages, bro. They know English, a lot of them. Just like, I'm gonna give another prime example. We always hear Mexicans and Hispanics speaking Spanish, and then if you try to talk to them, they say, "Me no speak no English." Guess what? As we know, them people know how to speak English. If you're on a job and you see 4 or 5 of them talking their language, talking Spanish, and then you walk up to them and try to say something to them, or me no speak no English. But once you get to know them, then you start talking, then they start talking English. You're like, oh man, you've been lying to me the whole time. You know how to speak English the whole time. Same thing. That's how all them dudes act overseas, bro. Why? Because they have a certain image of what they think about Americans. They not gonna show you love. They not gonna really have a conversation with you until they get to know you. Once they get to know you, then you find out they know English. That's what it is. Them dudes in Burkina Faso, bro, they know how to speak English. They know how to speak, okay, just think about it. They know how to speak 5, 6, 7 languages. Why wouldn't they know how to speak English? They know how to speak English. Yep, a lot of them do. Majority of them know how to speak English. For real. I just got through talking to a couple of them on the phone. They know how to speak English. It might be broken, but they know English. The thing is, they don't know if they should trust you or not. Even though you black, they might not even trust you because you're black American. They look at you because they say this, that you got controlled by the colonizer, right? And they say the person that got controlled by the colonizer is even worse than the colonizer itself. That's what they think. So just as much as they hate the system of America, that Langley guy, in their mind, he is worse than the colonizer. He is worse than the system. So that's why I say, if you over there in Africa, if you over there in one of these countries, and you faking the funk, they gonna look at you as you worse than the system of America, the system of the West, and they gonna do you all type of ways. Telling you, they gonna do you all type of ways, man, because they really, really for real about hating America. They really for real about it. Not the people of America, but the system. And what they hate even worse is that when it's somebody black that perpetrate the fraud come as brothers, you know what I'm saying? And then the whole time, they trying to sell them out for the system of America. They hate that worse than ever. And they say that's what be going on, that black Americans come over there, be nice, oh my brother, give them money, look out for them, feed the damn community, feed the people inside of the village. This is what they telling me, that they come over there and feed them, all love this, brother that, and then sell them out to the embassy. I'm telling you what they told me, bro. And they think that they are plants from that embassy. That's what they told me. That's exactly what they told me. See, I get a lot of people reach out to me, bro, on the cool. A lot of people reach out to me. But this particular time, that's exactly what they said. Not just in Africa, but in other countries too. They don't want, they about building for their people. See, most black Americans don't understand unity. Those people understand unity because they've been unified for 10, 15, 20 generations. Most of us that's born in black America, we've been distanced from the unity, so we don't understand it like that. We don't understand it. That's a fact. But because they know, just like I know my great-grandpa. Well, they know they great-grandpa 10 times the line, 10 times down the generations. With us, we've been detached. You know what I'm saying? So it's a gap there. But one thing they don't like is for a black person to fake and funk and then sell them out for the system of America. They'll do you all type of ways, bro. They don't like it. They don't like that. And they think that a black person that'll come over there and do that, they actually hate you worse than the system of America. And bro, I never thought that hatred can be that bad. But that's how they look at it. They look at you worse than what they look at the colonizers. And that's exactly what they told me. I said, ooh-wee, man. So shoot, if you over there in them other countries, you better be about that life for real. You better be about that. You better be sincere with them people, because they watching you, and they watching every move you make. They watching everything you do. And boy, guess what? If they see any kind of fake and funky, they gonna do you all type of ways. Straight up. They finna get that, because they said they don't need that embassy no more. We got who we want. Y'all was here to help. We don't want your help no more. Why are you still here? They telling them, we don't want your help. We don't need you over here no more. You giving me this money. I don't want the money no more. I don't want the food no more. I don't want this no more. We got who we need. And we gonna live or die by him. Wherever he take us to, that's where we gonna go. If we be the same way, we gonna be the same way. But we gonna live and die by somebody that we want leading us, and more importantly, that's really from here. So if we're gonna be colonized, we're gonna be colonized by our own people. We don't want to be colonized by somebody that ain't even from here. That's what they say. So when somebody tell, I don't want your help, bro, why will you continue to want to help them and they don't want your help? They telling you, I don't want your help. I don't need you, man. I'm just gonna stay how I am. So why do you keep wanting to help? Why do you keep wanting to do this? Why do you keep wanting to do that? And they telling you they don't need you. So that means that now you're trying to scam. Now you're trying to, it's something funny about that. It's something funny. I'm telling you, I don't need your help. I'm telling you, I'm gonna follow. If he lead me in the wrong direction, that's who I want to follow. Why? What is it your business to want to know what he's doing to me. How do you even know? You ain't from here. You're from way over there. So that's what's going on. That's what's going on, man. And they right. You know what I'm saying? They absolutely right. You know? And then what they show us, the bad side, they don't show us what's really going on. They don't show us what they really building. They don't show us that they got better houses than they got out here in certain parts. They don't show us that. America don't want to show us that because they know them people, as far as Africa goes, they really want black Americans to come back. They really want that. But they don't want you to come back if you on that, you know, if you on that American stuff. They don't want you back. They don't want you back if you there. If you on that type of level, they don't want you back. But if you are normal black American, right, that earn, spend less, and invest, you know what I'm saying, and you about your people, they want you back. They want you over there. They want you to escape this American system because they understand more than we do what the American system is. We are so used to the American system, it's normal to us. So you really don't see it. But they see it. That's why they say that we enslaved over here. And we really are. Now, if you really think about it, they in your pockets. If you work a job, you gotta pay the system before you see your money. That's not cool. That's not right. That's not how it's supposed to go. That's not. That's not how it's supposed to go. That I gotta pay you before I see my money. That ain't how it work, man. I don't mind paying taxes, but shit, I pay my taxes after I get my money. You don't get access to my money before I get to it. That don't make no sense. That's why I can't be a W-2 worker, bro. I never was with it. If I did work a W-2, it's because I was flat broke and I needed to come up. And guess what? I'm gonna get a 7-12 job working in the plant, and I'm gonna work like a slave for about 3-4 months, and I gotta try to create me something, man. I gotta, cause I don't want nobody in my pocket. Not like that. Oh hell no. I can't do it, bro. And that's the system of America. Now they talking about they saying they gonna eliminate income tax. I don't believe it. I don't believe it, bro. I think that's the powers that be. That's the system of America doing the same shit that they do to them Africans and all these other countries, Ukraine and all these other places. Same thing. We're gonna chunk you a little bit of bone, you know, just to keep you not really worried about what's going on, right? You know what I'm saying? They might do no income tax, but only on this certain amount of people. Watch, it's a lot going on, bro, and I'm figuring it out now. That's why Donald Trump say, if we don't do this, if we don't do that, we won't have a country. That's why he's saying that. The system of America, the system of America won't be what we know it to be no more. In other words, the first will be last and the last will be first. That's what's happening. The first is struggling to stay at first, and the last is steady moving up the ladder. And what made me make that really understand, what really made me resonate to that is when I go to the hood, I go on MLK, and dudes are on the block trading stocks. People are really trying to learn how to invest on the block. When I seen that start clicking. Shit is changing, bro. That's why y'all pay attention to what's really going on. The very, very small things are changing. Like I say all the time, the system of America don't want us investing in the stock market. They don't want us investing in real estate. They don't want us to have a business, something as simple as a delivery business. They don't want that. Why? Because they won't be in your pocket. They can't be in your pockets. They want to stay in your pockets. And that's something simple. They want to stay in your pockets. They want to keep you paying property taxes. They want to keep us paying interest, credit cards, all this bullshit. It's a system. And the system is getting disrupted right now. Thank God for cryptocurrency. Thank God for cryptocurrency. That's one way can't nobody get in your business. The system of America can't get in your business if you got cryptocurrency. They can't, because they can't monitor the transactions. That's why Bitcoin is so powerful. Nobody can be in your business. America want to be in everybody's business. See, I talk about people all the time. You know, the people that's always in somebody else's business, always mess, gossip. Oh, see, America is the originator of, that's who, the system of America is what started being in your business, messing, gossip. The system of America is the originators of that, bro. It's the originators. And guess what? The system of America, because they use that in the analogy, is so much in debt, but they worrying about other people. They worrying about what's going on in Africa, and the system of America is in trillions and trillions of dollars in debt. That don't make no sense. So to everybody overseas, and specifically Burkina Faso, if them dudes from the embassy come try, remember this, guys, all my guys out there, remember this, America is in super debt. If you're in one of those countries and you got a phone, look up World Debt Clock. World Debt Clock, that's what it's called. And you'll see America is the poorest country in the world. Well, Stock Sniper, why do you say America is the poorest country in the world? Look how much debt. Your net worth is how much you make minus how much you owe, right? How much you make, how much you own, minus how much you owe. And if you negative, that means you broke. Hello, that means you broke. Simple mathematics. How much you make, right? What you own, right? Subtracted by how much you owe. And if you owe more than what assets you got, pay attention. If you owe more than your assets and your income, and it's a negative, you're broke. The system of America, guys, is broke. Go look at World Debt Clock, and it'll tell you how many trillions of dollars the system of America. It'll tell you how much in the negative that the system of America is in. And guess what? That number of the debt, it worked, and that debt clock, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. The debt clock, that debt clock is losing money right now. Every time I say something, that debt clock is going down a million every 3 or 4 minutes. Go look at it. Every 3 or 4 minutes, a million, another million, another million. I've been live 60 minutes. That debt clock, since I've been live doing this walk down, is probably 50, 60 million in debt just this hour. Straight up. So to all the people, everybody, if you don't know about that, go look it up. So the people, if you in one of these countries and the road look like this, and one of them dudes from the embassy come to you and try to bribe you, you tell them, why should I listen to you when your country is in debt? You in the same position I'm in. And tell them to go on about their way. I don't need your help, bro. I don't need no help to somebody that's broke. I don't need no help from somebody that owe everybody and their mama. Nah. That's what you tell them. So all my people overseas, particularly in Burkina Faso, if somebody from that embassy come to you with some money, with some American money, because that's how they coming at them. They giving them American money, right? So they can make it seem like it's about something. First of all, that American dollar is dumping by the day. It's not, in a minute, their money gonna be worth more than the American dollar. Why? Because all they doing is printing the money. That's all they doing is printing it. The American dollar ain't backed by nothing. It's backed by debt. They say the American dollar's debt is backed by America's word, right? America's word. Well, America's word ain't worth nothing. America's word, the system of America, word ain't worth nothing. If that was the case, we wouldn't be trillions and trillions of dollars in debt. See, the system of America, they take our money and they give it away. The politicians keeping that money, bro. That's why, boy, I try to find any kind of way not to pay no taxes. That's my motivation behind spending less. I spend what I need, not what I want. Because guess what? Every time I spend money, some of that money going to the system. And the system don't mean me or you no good. The system is conniving, bro. It's wrote like that. That system, that U.S. Constitution ain't meant for black people. It's not, bro. It's not. It's not. Now, when I talk about the system of America, I'm not talking about the American dream. The American dream is different. It's totally different. The American dream is something that our people brought over here because we own America. We started this country. So the American dream is different than the American system. The American system wants you broke, living paycheck to paycheck. Now, the American system wants you upside down on a mortgage. That's what the system wants. See, the American dream and the American system is something totally different. But the American system has a little bit of element of the American dream, which is what? The ability to make money, the land of milk and honey. That's all this is, bro. That's it. The land of milk and honey. And guess what, guys? Our black ancestors, like my grandfather, they understood that. They understood it. That's why they always acted like they ain't have nothing. They wasn't giving nothing up to the system. But guess what? We need this block to eat off of. But thank God for the internet in 2025. The system no longer runs nothing, bro. It don't. Thank God for the internet. Thank God for crypto. The American system, as it was, is about to be no more. And that's two reasons why. Number one, cryptocurrency. And number two, the internet. Yeah, the internet. That's why I always say, this internet is a tool. I use this internet as a tool, bro. I learned something. When I come on this internet, my goal is to learn something. My goal is to learn. That's it. Because that's the reason why the internet was created. It is created to learn, to educate, and connect with like-minded people. That's what this internet was created for. Listen to the OG. The internet was created to educate, teach, and connect with like-minded people. Anything else is caught up into the system of America. Yes. And you could take that, you could probably use your imagination and connect the dots. But I broke it down in a live I did 2 or 3 days ago. But the system want us to use this internet in a foolish way. That's their way of trying to lead. It's the blind leading the blind, bro. Because don't get it twisted. The American system is blind. I'm seeing it all. And I've collected all the data. And I've talked to the people that I needed to talk to. And I've watched. And I put it all together. Through my whole 50 years of living on this earth. And all the game that my OGs and my grandpa and my grandma and my mama told me and showed me. And I put it all together. And I figured it out. And I figured it out. So, today is a great day. Ibrahim Traore, Burkina Faso day. And guess what, guys? More people are finding out about this guy, bro. My mama talking about this guy. That's why I'm so excited about it. My mama brought this up, told me about it, right? I found out about him through JT, the bigger figure. I found out about Burkina Faso through JT and Cuz Cuddy. If you don't know who those guys are, go check out their channels. JT and Cuz Cuddy. That's why JT, the bigger figure. That's a different type. That's who really put me on to it. But right now, the other part is because I was so interested in it because of JT, I have no choice but to watch Cuz Cuddy. And the way I look at things, bro, I eliminate all the bullshit. And I pay attention that we're supposed to be paying attention to. Come to find out, my mama brought up Burkina Faso and Ibrahim Traore to me. So that let me know, hey, bro, that stuff that them boys was talking about, I ain't talking about because I don't worry about the other things. I worry about the things that can benefit me. And for my mama to bring up that country and that president, that made me look at things in a totally different way. They are talking about Ibrahim Traore in the black community. Right now. In the black church. Right now. So I know if they're talking about him here where I'm at, they're talking about him in every church in the black community all around this country, bro. And if they ain't, they about to. They about to. So shout out to them. Shout out to that great president in Burkina Faso. He's young, he's 37 years old, and he's doing what he's supposed to do, man. And the system of America is gonna try to take this guy out, bro. I'm telling y'all, man. The system of America is gonna try to take out that guy. And then you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna try to put somebody else that is a coon, as they call it, to run the country, so they have access of to the gold and the resources over there. I'm gonna make another example. You know how they told us that Iraq had weapons of mass destruction? Some of y'all might not remember this, but they told us that Iraq had weapons of mass destruction, right? The same blueprint is what they trying to do to this guy, is what they did to Hussein. Well, I think his name's something like that. I ain't heard his name in so long, but Hussein, they said that he had weapons of mass destruction in Iraq, right? So they got see, back then, the internet wasn't around. So you can only go by what the world leaders say, which is America, the powers that be. So America said all these things, lied about the guy, lied. Bush went over there, they went and they did an attack on Iraq. Guess what, guys? They didn't find no weapons of mass destruction over there. None. They didn't find none at all. And the thing is, if they are building weapons is to protect protect you. We got weapons of mass destruction in America. We got all these things. Why they can't? We got nuclear bombs. Why they can't have it? They not using it against nobody. They just building them. So, and then you go over there and don't find nothing. But the reason why they went over there, as we found out later, was to steal their oil. That's why. Because America already understood that we can't keep going down this route. So we got to go scam somebody. We got to go steal from somebody. We got to go rob from somebody. That's all they did. They went over there to Iraq, kicked door, and robbed them for their oil. That's what they did. Now, they realize that that dollar bill that them dudes be putting to their head and showing across the screen, it ain't worth no more than the paper they printed on. America has realized that now. Now what they want to do? They want to go over there to Burkina Faso and they want to go steal their gold. That's what they want to do because they realize that the American dollar is going to shits and we won't have a country. The system won't be a system no more if it keeps going the way it's going. Because the dollar ain't backed by nothing. It used to be backed by gold. But for some stupid reason, the powers that be, the same system, took the dollar off gold and put it on America's word and credit. A IOU. That's what they put it on. Credit. That's crazy. So now they want to try to go steal all them other people gold. Why? America has no more gold left, guys. America don't have no more gold left. Why? Because the politicians, they took the gold and divided amongst themselves. That's what they did. That's another reason why America's in debt. Because the politicians and the people that we elect, they thieves. They thieves. And guess what, guys? They don't care about that system either at this point. The politicians, the people that we elect, they don't care about the system of America. They don't care about that. Just like the people that come over here from overseas and come go to work, you know what I'm saying? That's what they do. They don't care about the system of America either. They come about coming over here, getting the earn, and sending it back home. So those politicians that we elect, they don't care about that system. They you know what they do? They get their money, they invest it because they know they're insider trading, you know, because they work together. They make a whole lot of money in the stock market. They buy real estate, and then most of them don't even live in America, bro. Majority of those powers that be that's really up there, they don't live in America. I said it. They don't. They can give two fucks about the system of America or about the people. Them people up there know that the American dollar ain't worth nothing. They've been knowing that for 30 years now. They've been knowing that ever since they took the dollar off the gold. Once they took that dollar off the gold, they did that for a reason. Once they took the dollar off the gold, right then and there, they didn't care about the system or the people at all. Because see, the same people who is running the system of America, the same ones that say they don't want Bitcoin, and they want Bitcoin to be taxed, and that they don't want Bitcoin in America, them same people own a lot of Bitcoin, bro. The same people own a lot of Bitcoin. Yep. They don't want you and I owning no Bitcoin. They don't want to find out that you got 10 Bitcoin inside of your wallet. They want to know what's in your wallet. So they can own it, but they don't want us to own it. They lie and say that Bitcoin is used for drugs and they can't track it. Well, shit, the dollar is used for drugs too, and you can't track it. That's their biggest thing they used to say, is that they don't want Bitcoin because Bitcoin is used for illegal activities. Well, the dollar is got more blood on it than anything. So I'm just giving y'all something to think about this system of America, bro. The same system. The people that run the system actually does the opposite. Pay attention. The same system of America does the exact opposite. The only thing is those people that run the system, they greedy. They greedy, bro. They more greedier than what we could ever imagine. They're more greedier than we could ever imagine. They so scared that they gonna lose their wealth. They so scared, right? I don't know what's worse. They greed or they want to be in everybody's business. I don't know what's worse. They got two bad things. They greedy and they want to be in our pockets. I don't know what's worse. The greed or the nosiness. They got to know what's in our pockets so they can get a piece of it. They want it all. They want it all. Like young Jesus used to say, I want it all. They really want it all. That's a fact. Boy, it's been a good walk down. Hour and 15 minutes. We rocking and rolling. Great day today. I'm protesting. Yeah, I am. I'm protesting and I'm celebrating. Don't give in, my African people. Y'all come together. Kick them U.S. embassies up out of there. They all in y'all pockets and they all in y'all business. They need to get their own business together. So all y'all out there that's over there, y'all tell them that. Why should I listen to you? Y'all broke, right? What about all this debt? Why are you worried about what's going on over here and you're more broker than I am? Yes, America is broker than the people in them villages. At least they don't owe nobody. They don't owe nobody. If you in the village, if you listening to this right now, and you in the village in one of those countries, be happy. Why? You don't owe nobody. You don't owe nobody nothing. Just imagine, you in the village and you owe everybody and their mama. So really, if you in the village, you got your family, you got your morals, you got a way to make some type of earn. And guess what? The sky's the limit for your country, bro. I'm telling y'all that right now. The sky's the limit. Why is it the sky's the limit, Stock Sniper? Because you got a great president over there. He's building up the country. And guess what? Just like y'all got roads and bridges, y'all got this right now, just think, once everything get to rolling and y'all start having street lights, brick roads, electricity that'll never cut off, great running water, guess what? When y'all really develop that country, it's gonna be more developed than America. Think about it. We cannot, one thing America can't do, all this stuff that's here, look at these street lights, right there. You see them street lights? That shit old, bro. America cannot rebuild the whole country. It can't do it. So a lot of this stuff that's up in America, been here, right? 50, 60 years, 20 and 30 years. America can't rebuild a whole country and get this country up to date with 2025 or 2020. America can't do that. So these countries that started from scratch right now, they're gonna be the best places to go stay at, guys. In another 40, 50 years. Just think, if everything goes right and these countries do what they're supposed to do and build, create jobs and build, and come up with 2025 streets, lights, electricity lines, technology, guess what, guys? America is gonna be a third world country for real. Think about it, this stuff right here, another 50, 60 years, 100 years, is gonna look the exact same way. They might paint, they might add another swing, they might redo this, put some more gravel down, but the real foundation of all this stuff is gonna be the same. Because guess what? They can't rebuild it. All they can do is patch it up. That's it. Because it's gonna take too much to actually, the infrastructure will remain the same, bro. And just think about it, another 60, 70 years, those countries gonna actually be looking better than America. Because America can't redo the infrastructure. All they can do is patch it up, if that makes sense. So in all reality, America is gonna end up being a third world country, guys. I ain't gonna be here to see it, but this video and this is gonna be on, because I'm going live. This gonna be forever. But I ain't gonna be here whenever America becomes a third world country. And it's gonna happen. And I really believe that with all my heart. And the reason why I believe that, like I just said, the infrastructure of all these cities and states can't be rebuilt. It can't. But in Africa, they got something in Africa and these other countries, they have something to work with, because their infrastructure is, basically this. So with the new technology, the new wealth, not being in debt, their future, as far as the infrastructure goes, is 1,000% better than here in America. Our infrastructure can't get no better, bro. It can't. All we can do is build more on vacant lands. If it's got a lot of land, you can build that. But the main infrastructure, as far as the water, the electricity and the lines, can't be rebuilt. It can't. Unless they go cut the lights and the water off until they finish the whole rehab of the infrastructure. So ain't nothing else they can do. So, but Africa and those places, they're able to do that because they ain't got nothing to work with. But they got all the resources. They got all the money. They got all the gold. You know what I'm saying? They got all the Bitcoin. So long as they invest into the people, they gonna be all right. Just gotta give them some time though. This ain't gonna happen 5, 10 years. This long term, like 40 years, 50 years, like that. I've already seen some places, right? I already seen the work, bro. But they ain't gonna show us the work in America. Yo, what's up? What's going on? They ain't gonna say, hey, what's up, Napoleon? How you doing? They not gonna show us the work that's happening in Burkina Faso or in any one of these countries. They gonna show us the bad side. They ain't gonna show us the good side. They ain't gonna show us the work that Ibrahim Traore already has put in. Only way we gonna see that is if you on the internet. And there are a lot of guys on TikTok, on Instagram, you know what I'm saying, on YouTube, that's showing us the areas that America don't want us to see. So we already know what's going on. That's why what America is trying to do, it making it seem like they dumber than a box of rocks. Why? It really don't make no sense. Really, they digging their own grave. That's what they doing. Now, the last word I heard was that Traore signed a deal with Russia. So instead of trying to be a bully, actually build a relationship with somebody, bro. Stop acting like you the big dog. See, that's America's problem, bro. The system of America, they always want to act like they the big dog. But they ain't the big dog no more. They not. I'm sorry to say it, they not. They not. See, my grandpa and a lot of our ancestors used to tell us this all the time. Tell us this all the time. And how to offset that, make sure you get an education. Make sure you go to work. Make sure you save your money. Make sure you educate your kids. Make sure you tell your kids to go to school. Make sure they go to work. That's the only way to beat the system of America, bro. That's the only way. But if you're spending all your money, you right inside of that system. So if that's you, if you make a earn and you living paycheck to paycheck, you upside down on your mortgage, you live, you know what I'm saying? That's how they want you to live, bro. You got to come out of that right now. That means you got to go home. You got to have a tough conversation with your family and say, man, we letting all this shit go, bro. We starting from the ground up, with a whole new attitude. That's it. We getting rid of all this bullshit because the system of America want us like this. I'm telling you, they don't. Otherwise, why would they be in your pocket? You know what I'm saying? Why would the system of America want to take taxes out your money before you even see it? If they was really for you and I. Think about it. The system of America, when you work on a job of W-2, they take taxes out of our check before we even get it. How are you on my side when you see my money before I do? You don't know what I got to do with that money, and you take it before I even get it. Nah, we can't work together, bro. I got to figure out a way how to get out of this. Yeah, you got to figure out a way to get out of it. And the only way to get out of that is you got to own your own business. I don't care if you're just being a barber, if it's cutting grass. You better don't look at it as no gig work. See, that's one thing, guys. I'm going to say this and I got to go. That's one thing, guys. If you cut grass, if you do work on the side, please don't look at it like that. Don't look at it like that. Don't. If you do DoorDash and Uber on the side, don't look at it as a side hustle. Don't look at it as on the side. Don't look at it as a gig work. Don't look at it like that. Look at it as a business. I don't care what it is. If you go around your neighborhood cutting grass, name your lawn service, right? Name it. If you driving DoorDash and Uber, name it. Give it a name. Stock Sniper delivery service, whatever. As an example, name it. Turn it into a business. Because once you do that, guys, it changes your mindset. Because guess what? If you're a plumber and you got the mindset of doing, I do plumbing on the side, and your subconscious mind, you're really not taking it that serious. It's just something you do on the mind. You just something you do on the side. And 9 times out of 10, you are not putting that on your taxes, right? Because little do you know, if you are a W-2 worker, the best thing you should do, talk to a CPA, get educated. But if you are a W-2 worker, the best thing you can do is start a business. I don't care if it makes $10 a week, because once you establish yourself as a business, sole proprietor, independent contractor, guess what, guys? It opens the door. It opens the door for you can write off things that you can't write off on a W-2. In other words, you can offset whatever they taking out of your check by doing something on the side. But don't look at it like it's a gig or a hustle. Don't. That's one of the worst mistakes that we make. We look at businesses as hustles. Don't look at it like that. Don't look at it like that. Take it serious, because number one, if you look at it as a business, I just talked about, sole proprietor, independent contractor, tax write-off, talk to the CPA, but it does something to your mind. You carry yourself differently. You handle customers differently. You take it more serious than you would if you looked at it, oh, it's just a hustle, it's just a side gig, it's just something I do on the side. No, it's not. It is a business. I got a lawn business. I'm a barber business. You do DoorDash and Uber. I got a delivery business. You got to turn it into something. You don't necessarily got to have paperwork, which that is, you should want to get the paperwork, but that's not necessarily a plus. That's not necessarily what you got to do ASAP. Make the money first, because see, that's more important. Because if you got an LLC, or if you got these type of things, and there's no income coming in, then you just got an LLC. But if you got income coming in from your business, Name it something. Give it life. Not for paperwork, but for your mindset. Because you will look at it differently, because you will think a certain type of way, because it is a business. Like I said, you're going to carry yourself different. You're going to handle customers different. And you're going to learn a lot, because you're a business now, if that makes sense. But yeah, take y'all businesses serious. I don't care if it's picking up leaves. I don't care what it is, bro. If you're getting paid hand to hand from a customer, you are in business. I don't care if it's selling t-shirts. I don't care if it's picking up sticks. Whatever it is a business. And if you're getting income off of it, you are in business. Hey, what's happening? You are in business, right? You are in business, and you gotta handle it as that. So I hope I put something on your mind, bro. I hope, because another thing that what I see when I look overseas, they are in business, right? They have to become a business. That's what they are. If you look overseas, those guys, they create their own business out of thin air. Why? Because they got to go get money. So you see them on the side selling stuff. Them dudes are the ultimate hustlers. They got the ultimate business. Yeah, because ain't no welfare, ain't no food stamps, ain't no, you know what I'm saying, ain't no housing. So guess what? They gotta go out. They gotta go out there and they gotta sell something. That's why they come over here with the same. They use that same strategy and come over here. They come over here. They already got a business mindset, right? Because they got to do it over there just to survive. So they come over here, they get a little money. Guess what they gonna do? They gonna open up the store. That store that's been sitting there since 1988, right? They gonna open up that store. And guess what? They gonna move in that store, and they gonna do what? They gonna start selling products out of the store. Yeah. And then next thing you know, you look up 8-9 years from now, that same store that they was working out of, now they got what? Exxon gas. They selling gas now. They selling all these other things. Then they got the whole thing remodeled, brand new store. Then it expanded. Then they opened up another store on the other side of the road. Yeah, they doing things. That's why you got to be in business. They don't come over here and get a W-2, guys. They don't. Have you ever wondered that? Why those people from overseas, how they're able to come over here and work a business, and when they're working from the ground up, it's nothing, and they build it into something. They never come over here and get a W-2. Or if they do, it's for a very, very small period of time, and then they go open up a store. The next thing you know, they got gas. Next thing you know, they're selling gas. That's how it works. Because they understand. They don't come here for the system. They come here for the land of milk and honey. I told y'all there's a difference. So I hope you understand. I hope y'all really understand that. The difference between the system and the land of milk and honey. It's a difference. So I'm just about out. I'm just about gone now, guys. It's gonna be it. Hour and a half, good live, good protest on the walk down. I killed 2 birds with 1 stone. Shout out to Africa. Shout out to Burkina Faso. Shout out to Ibrahim Traore, that great young president. Shout out to them. Shout out to him for number 1, what he did that they don't talk about. Burkina Faso has no debt. They don't owe nobody. That's right. They don't owe nobody. See, the system of America ain't gonna tell us that. They not. The system of America ain't gonna tell us that. They gonna tell us negative things, right? Which is a lie. Everybody in the world know that's a lie, bro. You ain't got to be over there to know that's a lie. If you've been watching, you know a lot of us have been watching. That's a lie. That man ain't stealing nothing from them. Even if he was, that's not America's business, bro. That's another thing. Even if he was, that's not America's business. That's America's biggest problem, bro. They always worrying about somebody else's business. Tell us where our tax money going. Tell us that. Tell us that. Tell us where is the tax money. Who's stealing the tax money? Tell us that. Who's stealing it? Man, the bully guys, we all know how bullies are, bro. Bullies, like the bully, they bully you until you're able not to be bullied no more. And then what happens to the bullies, guys? The bullies end up being cowards. Boy. Woo. Bro, man, I just thought about something. We all, our parents always used to tell us about bullies. When a bully bullies you, the history of a bully is, as long as you let them bully you, they're gonna bully you. But as soon as you punch them in the mouth, as soon as you fight back, what happens? The bully becomes the biggest coward. Bro, we all know America's the biggest bully, bro. What if these countries come together and take out the bully, as our grandparents used to tell us back in the days how to handle a bully? Just think, if the biggest bully ever, which is America, can't be a bully no more, end up being a coward, just like majority of bullies end up in real life. Just think about that for a second, guys. If the biggest bully we ever known really turns out to be like all the bullies we ever seen in real life, end up being a coward, what if at the end of the day, these countries end up punking the powers that be as the American system as we know it? What if that happens, bro? Let me know. Somebody let me know in the comment section in the video, because I'm about to get off. Let me know. The biggest bully that we know what happened, what grandma them told us about bullies, and we know that bullies, once you stand up to them, they end up being cowards. What if America end up being the biggest coward? What if America end up being the biggest coward? What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? So, I'm gonna leave it on that note. Happy Ibrahim Traore Day to everybody. Shout out to Burkina Faso. Shout out to all them brothers over there, bro. I want y'all to please go check out some of them videos on them brothers out there talking. Specifically the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister spoke to the people today, and they translated it to English. Go and listen to what he said, guys, and think about who he sound like, bro. He sound like, to me, and probably to you too, sound like Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, and the Honorable Louis Farrakhan. That's exactly who he sound like, bro. So, what America's been telling us, it's been a lie, bro. So with that being said, I love and I appreciate y'all. Happy Burkina Faso Day. I think I'm gonna celebrate a little bit more. I love and I appreciate y'all, bro. My goal is to teach and learn. We gotta get it right, and we gonna get it right. With the power of the internet and the people, we gonna get it right. Hopefully one day, which is a goal of mine, more of a goal now than ever, because my mama brought up Burkina Faso and Ibrahim Traore to me. So I probably would have been there a long time ago, but some mix-ups happened, and the people that I was watching, right, I kind of backed up. But my mama brought it up to me today, bro. My mama brought it up, and I heard people talking about this specific president in this specific country in real life. The whole time, I've been following since 2019. I've been watching this country since 2019, which it really blew my mind, guys. It did. For my mama to bring it up. Yeah, it blew my mind. And she brought it up before the announcement of this march. She brought it up like last week, way before this happened. So now I'm more motivated ever to go out there, especially after I had a conversation with some people from over there. So if God bless me, I will be going over there. Yep, I'm going over there, guys. And I'm going over there. I'm going over there. That's all I got to say about that. So I appreciate y'all for watching me. I appreciate y'all for checking in. If you're just now joining, go back and watch the video. 44th episode of the walk down. And it's a great one. This walk down is the best one I ever did, bro. It is. So once I get to 50 guys, Cash App giveaways. This is 44 of this season. Season 1, episode 44. 50 episodes will be the end of one season. Right after 50, we're celebrating 50 with Cash App giveaways in the chat. Yep. And then after that, we're rolling right into season 2. With this episode right here, it's gonna be hard to beat this one, guys. I'm gonna have to pull out everything I know and everything in me to beat this episode right here. Yeah, 44, I gotta stamp it. So I appreciate y'all for rocking with me, man. I appreciate everybody that I've been learning from on YouTube. I learned a lot from y'all guys, bro. I've learned a lot. I know everything I know about YouTube because of y'all, right? From the guys that I know about this Burkina Faso stuff from, I learned everything that I know about YouTube from watching y'all. I pay attention to actually what's supposed to be paid attention to. You say something about YouTube, I'm all ears. I'm listening. I learned everything. StreamYard. I learned StreamYard. What else? My setup. Screen recording. Upload. Shorts. I learned all that. I didn't know anything about this YouTube, bro. And I'm going into a different subject, but it's on my mind right now. I didn't know anything about YouTube. All I knew how to do was watch it, right? That's all I knew how to do. But to those guys, right, specifically the guys that be talking about Fillmore Africa and those things, I've learned some about YouTube from every single person, right? And I didn't know nothing about StreamYard. I ain't know nothing. Now I feel like, I know everything about it. I didn't know how to get monetized, right? I got once I was able to get the subscribers and I was able to get the watch hours, right? I didn't know that you can't use reuse content. So one of the guys on this, and I ain't get permission to say nobody's name, that's why I'm not doing it. But one of the guys that's a part of the, in the Africa thing, Feel More Africa thing, straight up told me, he looked over my YouTube channel, cause I got denied, right? When I first went to get monetized, I got denied. So I told the guy, right? I told him, bro, man, they got me for reuse content. What can I do? And he gave me the blueprint on exactly what to do. He looked at my channel, found out, he took the time out, looked at my channel, and found out what I needed to do to correct the situation. And guess what, guys? I did what he told me to do. I did not have to, because I thought I would have to delete videos, right? Come to find out, he told me a little trick on what to do. I can't say it on here because first of all, he didn't give me permission to speak on, and plus I don't know if it's an ancient Chinese secret or not. I don't want to let it be known. But if you know, you know. But he told me a secret on what to do, right? Where I wouldn't have to delete not one video. He gave me step by step. He said, Stock Sniper, do this, man. Do this, boom, 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 boom. I did it, and then I waited for the days, because you gotta wait. Once you get denied for reused content, you gotta wait until however many days, I think it was 2 months. So I did what he told me to do, and then when I was able to reapply what he told me, it worked. So yeah, I learned a lot. I learned everything I know about this internet from each and every one of those guys. Every last one of them. Every last one of them. So I appreciate y'all, bro. For y'all talking about YouTube, talking about y'all YouTube experiences, talking about encouraging people to upload videos, encouraging people to put out content, right? I appreciate y'all, and what I do is that I give out a lot of knowledge. So not only are y'all helping me, y'all helping other people too. And I appreciate y'all. I got a lot of love, and I got a lot of respect for every last one of y'all. So with that being said, I love and I appreciate y'all. 704 Wall Street is my block. 704 Wall Street is my block. Earn, spend less, and invest. Let's go, Burkina Faso. I'm out.